the dream, the nightmare. This is chapter 3, the abductions. What are the abductions? Who's abducting who? And why? Did anybody approve that? Are they following the rules? What's going on? Chapter 3, the abductions. I'm back. Are you here, caretaker? I am here. Please tell me about the cherry pickers. How can they save the day? First, a little history. The first group of cherry pickers officially met with your president in 1954 in a very secret encounter on Edwards Air Force Base. This group appeared as Nordic to your president, with blonde hair and blue eyes, when in fact they were from a planet in the Orion star system. All they asked was for him to agree to stop all nuclear bomb explosions, to eliminate planetary pollution, and to begin a campaign to love one another throughout the Earth. That is all they asked. They wanted to prevent the current planetary termination alert. What was his reaction? President Eisenhower wanted to know about our technology and didn't want to stop the development of nuclear bombs. So the meeting was not successful. They did not agree on anything in the first meeting in 1954. We did allow your military people to inspect the landed craft, and they gathered around each vehicle, touching and taking many pictures. Hey, Ike just returned from the war in Europe. He was confronted with a hostile Russian government that had the goal of destroying our country. We had the bomb, and they were developing their version. We had to keep pace and stay stronger than them. It was a race for survival. It would have been impossible for Ike to deactivate our atomic weapons and become vulnerable to potential enemies. You just don't get it, do you? Get what? That we need to surrender to the world and invite them to take what they want? That we need to not develop our own economy to increase our wealth and military might? That we need to go to the garden and smell the roses? Okay, now you're getting it, the part about the roses. Humans have been given a great gift, and if you had appreciated that gift and cared for it, then you would be able to smell the roses. Jesus, your prophet, tried to tell you the same thing. The Nordics told you, love your neighbor, love your enemy, love yourself, and be good stewards of your precious gift. Your people killed that prophet for saying those things, and your president rejected the same message of love in exchange for advanced technology. The cherry pickers are here to clean up before your extinction. They are a collection of volunteer beings from nearby planets, planets with a maximum radius of about 80 light years from Earth. They fly their own craft, which are manufactured using their own specifications, all shapes and sizes, and pay for all expenses. They give of themselves to ensure the life forms on Earth are preserved forever. 1 year after first contact, a treaty was signed that stated the gray aliens would not interfere in U.S. affairs, and that the U.S. would not bother the Greys. The U.S. would also keep their presence on Earth a secret, and the Greys would furnish U.S. with advanced technology to help develop U.S. propulsion technology. Greys were not to make any treaties with other Earth or nations. They could abduct humans on a limited and periodic basis for the purpose of medical examination. with the stipulation that humans would not be harmed, would be returned to their point of abduction, and would have no memory of the event, and the Greys would furnish the Majestic 12 Committee with a list of all human contacts and abductees. The Majestic 12 was a secret committee of scientists, military leaders, and government officials, formed in 1947 by an executive order by President Harry Truman to keep alien contact secret and to conceal related crash and capture information. The collected biopsies from the abductees assisted in the reclamation procedures for Closeout of Planet Earth. Closed down? Closed down? Did Eisenhower agree? No. He agreed to a small number of citizens to be evaluated, provided their identities were reported to the government and provided the abductees would never be aware of it. A robust abduction project began in the U.S. in 1955 and spread to all parts of the world, sampling every species on Earth. We had to violate the terms of the treaty because Earth is running out of time prior to the extinction process. I do not know the exact process which will be activated: a nuclear event, a global famine, a fatal pandemic, a financial implosion, or any of the other negative extinction events. But when the final termination event activates, we will already be gone. Hold up, just a darn minute. You said the cherry pickers would save the day. This is true. They have almost completed the genetic collection of every life form on this planet, especially precious human souls, collecting every type of genetic material from every species on the globe. They have placed these potential lives in environmentally protected vaults, buried deep in the craters on both the Moon and Mars as backup. We didn't know about anyone abducted until Betty and Barney Hill were abducted in 1961, and their reproductive organs were pierced to get genetic material, and it was a terrible situation, and they were severely affected for the rest of their lives. That was necessary to obtain the eggs and sperm for off-world cryogenic storage. The memories of that encounter were erased, so they would not remember the procedures taking place. It is unfortunate that years later they were hypnotized and fully recounted what had happened to them. Sorry. That is how you save the day? You've got to be joking. No joke. It is a divine edict not to let precious life forms that took thousands of years to develop to become instantaneously non-existent in an extinction event. This, my dear friend, is how cherry pickers save the day. You're welcome. Your cherry pickers abduct our people and rob their eggs and sperm against their will, and that saves the day? We did not load thermonuclear weapons on every street corner. You did. We did not poison the oceans and the rivers and upper atmosphere. You did. We did not engage in deadly wars, killing millions of innocent souls. You did. We did not ruin this planet. You did. Well, how can I believe you? You said that our genetics are stored in environmentally controlled storage facilities on the moon. What if all that was a lie? Prove that you are telling me the truth. You owe me. Tell me now. Prove it. I must know. I have a witness that can validate what I say. Oh, really? Who is it? He's a clairvoyant by the name of Ingo Swann. He came across our diggers on the moon and saw our project with his own eyes. It was true. Axelrod, the twins, the new diggers, the green glow, all of it was true. Remote viewing of Ingo Swann happened. You are telling me the truth. The genetic storage vaults on the moon and Mars were constructed by humans while we supervised their hard work. They knew how important it was to save the day. They got it. Now how about you? We needed Ingo's secret to be kept as to what he observed on the moon for obvious reasons. Hence we tried to eliminate Ingo, but instead he was sworn to secrecy for 10 years, and that was just long enough for the cherry pickers to complete their sacred duty. Listen, we tried to limit the number of weapons of mass destruction that powerful nations can have, and we are moving to solar power, to wind power, away from fossil fuels that will decrease the changes in the climate. We are doing many things to clean up the world. Are you deactivating nuclear stockpiles? Are you making peace treaties? You people have a phrase which describes this situation perfectly. You always say, don't rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. Rearrangement of those deck chairs has nothing to do with the pain and suffering endured when the boat sinks. Thanks to us, precious human souls will once again walk upon newly refreshed earth, without pollution and without weapons of mass destruction. Maybe those newcomers will not only appreciate the land and the water, but just maybe they will appreciate each other. Maybe love will live once again upon earth. We can only hope. The dream, the nightmare, the end. Or is it